Hello, welcome back everybody. I hope you guys have been enjoying the scripture for the past 3 days, the story of Joseph. Today we are on chapter 40 and it is day 4 of our 10-day series. And I did show the Bible that I'm using in the previous video, so chapter 39, which is a NLT version, a New Living Translation version. So let's start reading chapter 40. Joseph interprets 2 dreams. Sometime later, Pharaoh's chief cupbearer and chief baker offended their royal master. Okay, so the chief cupbearer and the chief baker, so I'm guessing the one that is in charge of the baker, the bakery, the bread, etc., and the one that is in charge of Pharaoh's cup, so I'm guessing he's the one that drinks the wine before the king drinks the wine. So both of them offended their royal master. Pharaoh became angry with these 2 officials and he put them in prison where Joseph was, in the palace of the captain of the guard. Number 4, they remained in prison for quite some time and the captain of the guard assigned them to Joseph, who looked after them. So obviously Joseph is still in charge, is still the one who's the prefect, if I should put it that way, who is the guard, the warden is comfortable, the captain is comfortable with Joseph, being the one to look after the prisoners, even though he was also a prisoner. 5, while they were in prison, Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker each had a dream one night, and each dream had its own meaning. When Joseph saw them the next morning, he noticed that they both looked upset. "Why do you look so worried today?" he asked. See what's nice about Joseph as well. He noticed that they were not okay. He cares. He's got such a genuine heart. He's in prison for nothing. He's innocent. And he even cares about people who are in prison. Even if some people who are in prison, they are not innocent, but he actually cares. Joseph is very similar to Jesus' story. I don't know if you guys are picking that up. Okay, number 8. And they replied, "We both had dreams last night, but no one can tell us what they mean." Interpretation of dreams is God's gift, Joseph replied. "Go ahead and tell me your dreams." So he's acknowledging that if you can interpret dreams, it's a gift that you're given from God. So do you guys know anyone maybe in your family who knows how to interpret dreams? I know someone, but I don't always, trust everything that they say. But it's nice to see that Joseph is acknowledging that some people have that dream and it's from God. Okay, number 9. So the chief cupbearer told Joseph his first dream. "In my dream," he said, "I saw a grapevine in front of me. The vine had 3 branches that began to bud and blossom, and soon it produced clusters of ripe grapes. I was holding Pharaoh's wine cup in my hand, so I took a cluster of grapes and squeezed the juice into the cup. Then I placed the cup in Pharaoh's hand." So now 12, Joseph is responding. "This is what the dream means," Joseph said. "The 3 branches represent 3 days. Again, 3 days. Who rose in 3 days? 13. "Within 3 days, Pharaoh will lift you up and restore you to your position as his chief cupbearer. And please remember me and do me a favor. When things do go well for you, mention me to Pharaoh so he might let me out of this place. For I was kidnapped from my homeland, the land of the Hebrews, And now I am here in prison, but I did nothing to deserve it. Shame. Like, he can interpret the dream that in 3 days you're going to be out of here and you're going to be back to being the chief of cupbearer for Pharaoh, the king. Please mention me. Please, tell him that I'm here and I'm innocent and I didn't do anything. I was kidnapped from my homeland, and now I was put in this prison, but I didn't deserve it. Okay, 16. So now it's the second dream. When the chief baker saw that Joseph had given the first dream such a positive interpretation, he said to Joseph, I had a dream too. In my dream, there were 3 baskets of white pastries stacked up on my head. The top basket contained all kinds of pastries for Pharaoh, but the birds came and ate them from the basket on my head. This is what the dream means. Okay, so now Joseph is interpreting the dream. The 3 baskets also represent 3 days. 3 days from now, Pharaoh will lift you up and impale your body on a pole. Then birds will come and pick away at your flesh. Whoa, so that was a hectic one. So he obviously interpreted the baker's, the second prisoner's dream, that Pharaoh in 3 days is also going to take you, but he's going to hang you on a pole, and birds, so basically, you're going to be dead, and birds will come and pick away at your flesh. Okay, number 20. Pharaoh's birthday came 3 days later. Imagine, the birthday came 3 days later as well. So there's a big reference about 3 days. Pharaoh's birthday came 3 days later, and he prepared a banquet for all his officials and staff. He summoned his chief cupbearer and chief baker to join the other officials. He then restored the chief cupbearer to his former position so he could again hand Pharaoh his cup. But Pharaoh impaled the chief baker just as Joseph had predicted when he interpreted the dreams. Last one, number 23. Pharaoh's chief cupbearer, however, forgot all about Joseph, never giving him another thought. Oh, Joseph. So tomorrow we're going to read Pharaoh's dream, which was 2 years later. So Joseph was in prison for another 2 years. Oh, this one is also just another lesson full over here and some keynotes for me to write down. Where is my notebook? Comment down below if you know anyone who can interpret dreams in your family maybe. Comment down below also, why do you think the chief cupbearer forgot all about Joseph? Like, why would he do that? Do you think it was because when you help people or when people get to the top, they forget about who was with them when they were at their lowest? Do you think it's that? Do you think he felt like, I cannot mess it up? Joseph is going to have to figure it out on his own. I'm not involved with whatever. He was innocent. I don't know. I'm not involved. I've got my position back, and that's what matters. Why do you think he forgot about Joseph? So Genesis 14. So for me, one of the keynotes for me over here is dream interpretation is a gift from God. Okay, and another one as well is that God can speak with us through dreams. It's just that you might not know how to interpret the dream. God can speak with us through dreams. Another one as well is, Joseph trusted that this cupbearer, when things go well for him, and he even said it like that, like on 14, and please remember me and do me a favor. When things go well for you, mention me to Pharaoh so he might let me out of this place. He was hoping that the cupbearer would remember him. So another keynote for me is to not trust people and only trust God. In this way, you just avoid disappointments. Because if you put your trust in people and then they do something like this and they forget about you, you will just be disappointed. You will feel, sad and, feel less than. So save yourself those disappointments, that anxiety, that depression, and don't put your trust on people, but just put your trust in God. And when the right time comes, God will make it happen. So those are my keynotes. That's what I got from this. Obviously, the rest I know that, he is innocent and he's still in prison. But we're going to find out what were the lessons that he needed to learn that are going to help him with where he's going in the coming verses and the coming chapters. I hope you guys enjoyed chapter 40, and I will see you tomorrow for chapter 41. Don't forget to comment below, share with a friend or anyone who you feel like needs this series as the year is starting. This one was nice and short. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye.